The terminal buzzed with the typical chaos of a local airport, a mix of hurried travelers, echoing announcements, and the occasional sigh of someone resigned to the wait. Among the throngs of passengers stood Sarah, a young woman with a love for adventure and an insatiable curiosity. Today, her journey was aboard a local flight to a neighboring city. The airplane, a modest vessel with rows of cramped seats and narrow aisles, awaited its passengers on the tarmac. As Sarah boarded, the scent of recycled air and the drone of engines filled her senses. She found her seat and settled in, the anticipation of her destination mingling with the mundane routine of air travel. The other passengers seemed equally absorbed in their own thoughts. A businessman buried in his laptop, a mother soothing her restless child, an elderly couple sharing stories. But as Sarah observed her fellow travelers, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The atmosphere within the cabin seemed charged with an unspoken tension. As the flight took off, the seatbelt sign blinked off, allowing passengers to move about the cabin. Sarah watched as people stood, stretching their legs and retrieving belongings from overhead compartments. Among them was a man who had caught her attention, an unassuming figure, his eyes darting around the cabin as if searching for something or someone. Curiosity got the better of Sarah, and she struck up a conversation with the man as he reached for his bag. His name was Michael, and he spoke in hushed tones, his words hinting at a hidden urgency. He mentioned that he was on a mission, something he couldn't elaborate on, but that he believed was of utmost importance. Sarah listened, her intrigue growing with every word. Michael's cryptic statements and furtive glances added to the sense of unease that had settled over the flight. She couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to this journey than met the eye, that each passenger held a secret, and that the airplane itself was a stage for something beyond the ordinary. As the flight progressed, Sarah's interactions with other passengers deepened her suspicion. The mother with the restless child seemed unusually distant, lost in her thoughts. The businessman's laptop screen flickered with encrypted messages, visible only to those who knew where to look. The elderly couple exchanged knowing glances that hinted at a shared history. The tension within the cabin escalated with each passing minute, and Sarah found herself caught in a web of intrigue that she couldn't escape. She became a silent observer, piecing together the fragments of conversations and behaviors, attempting to decipher the enigmatic narrative that unfolded around her. When turbulence rattled the plane, it felt like a metaphor for the turmoil within the cabin. Sarah's heart raced as the intercom crackled to life, announcing that the flight had been diverted due to weather conditions. The change in course seemed to intensify the undercurrent of tension, and Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the diversion than met the eye. As the airplane touched down at an unfamiliar airport, the atmosphere grew even more charged. Passengers exchanged wary glances, their suspicion mirrored in their actions. Michael's urgency had escalated, and he whispered to Sarah that they needed to work together to uncover the truth. With each passing moment, the narrative grew more complex. The mother's child spoke of hidden messages, the businessman's laptop contained encrypted codes, and the elderly couple hinted at a past life of espionage. Sarah found herself in the midst of a labyrinth of secrets, unsure of who to trust and where the truth lay. As the passengers disembarked the plane, Sarah and Michael were determined to unravel the mystery. They followed the breadcrumbs of information, connecting the dots between the seemingly disparate narratives. The local airport became a backdrop for a high-stakes investigation, as they navigated through the shadows of half-truths and concealed identities. The revelation was both shocking and mundane, yet it explained the tense atmosphere and the elaborate narrative that had unfolded during the flight. The passengers were not merely strangers thrown together by chance. They were part of an elaborate role-play, a game designed to test their skills in observation, deduction, and secrecy. The airplane, once a vessel of mundane travel, had become a stage for a sinister game, that tested the passengers' abilities to uncover hidden motives and secrets. Sarah and Michael had unknowingly become participants in a narrative that challenged their perceptions and trust. As they departed the local airport, their minds buzzed with the realization that even the most ordinary of situations could be manipulated into something sinister. The line between reality and fiction had blurred, leaving them with a lingering sense of unease and a newfound awareness of the narratives that can shape our experiences, even at 30,000 feet. The realization that the flight had been an elaborate role play left Sarah and Michael both relieved and disoriented. They had unwittingly become part of a narrative that had been carefully crafted, with each passenger playing a role in a suspenseful game of secrecy and intrigue. As they left the local airport, the events of the flight continued to gnaw at their thoughts, leaving them with a lingering sense of unease. Determined to uncover the truth behind the game, Sarah and Michael began to dig deeper into the identity of the orchestrators. They retraced their steps, revisiting the passengers they had interacted with during the flight, trying to piece together the puzzle that had consumed them. Each encounter revealed new layers of the narrative, leading them down a rabbit hole of shadowy motives and concealed intentions. Their investigation led them to the local airport's administrative offices, where they discovered that the game had been meticulously organized by a group known as the Enigma Society. Comprising a network of individuals with a penchant for mystery and manipulation, the Society's aim was to create immersive experiences that blurred the line between reality and fiction. Sarah and Michael's findings uncovered a web of connections between the passengers on the flight. The mother with the restless child had been an actress hired to play her role, while the businessman had been a cryptography expert tasked with creating the encrypted messages. The elderly couple had been skilled improvisational actors who wove an intricate narrative of espionage and intrigue. As Sarah and Michael delved deeper into the Enigma Society's activities, they discovered that their flight was just one of many scenarios designed to challenge participants' abilities to navigate complex narratives. The Society's events ranged from small-scale games to large-scale immersive experiences, all aimed at pushing the boundaries of perception and reality. Their investigation led them to a meeting with the founder of the Enigma Society, a charismatic individual named Adrian. He explained that the Society's goal was to create experiences that tapped into the human fascination with mystery and adventure. Through their games, participants were given the opportunity to step into roles they had only dreamed of, exploring the hidden depths of their own abilities. While Adrian's explanation shed light on the Society's intentions, it didn't quell Sarah and Michael's unease. The manipulation they had experienced left them with lingering questions about the ethical implications of creating such immersive narratives. They wrestled with the idea that individuals' perceptions and experiences could be molded and controlled, even in a controlled environment. In the weeks that followed, Sarah and Michael grappled with the aftermath of their encounter with the Enigma Society. The experience had left them with a newfound perspective on the power of narrative and the boundaries between reality and fiction. They couldn't deny the allure of the games, the way they tapped into the human desire for adventure and intrigue. But they also recognized the potential dangers of manipulating perceptions without consent. Their journey had taught them that even the most mundane situations could be transformed into something sinister through the manipulation of narrative and experience. The line between reality and fiction was malleable, and the events of the flight had forever changed their understanding of the world around them. As they continued to investigate and reflect, Sarah and Michael found themselves facing a choice. They could either distance themselves from the Enigma Society's immersive experiences, or embrace the challenge of navigating the fine line between the allure of mystery and the ethical implications of manipulation. Whatever their decision, their encounter with the sinister flight had left an indelible mark on their perspectives, reminding them that the narratives we engage with can shape our experiences in ways we may never fully comprehend.